New York City, June 23rd, Monday, 11:21 in the morning. You see that right there, Sylvia? So this is a in-courtroom observer. This is not someone in the comment section with a fake profile name, who's never been in the court, who lives on the other side of the world, attempting to speak facts about the case. Sylvia, you have been in the courtroom.
Yes, I've been in the courtroom for the past, 5-6 weeks?
Okay.
Only 2 days I wasn't in the courtroom. That's when I first started. But ever since 6 weeks, I've been in the courtroom every week.
Okay, so this is the last week. Talk to us, Sylvia.
Today was very boring, I must say. Here's how boring it was. One of the jurors was watching the video, and a couple of times they nodded.
Falling asleep.
Falling asleep, because I think they're too done with that video, those videos on and on and on and on and on, so they're beating it.
And this is the same guy that was on the stand Friday, right? This is the federal agent?
Yeah, he's going to be they say he's going to be in there until tomorrow, but I heard it's changed, and he's only going to be on there for 2 more hours or something like that.
And all he's doing is what? Just summarizing everything?
Trying to connect all the pieces together so it could give a whole picture of what's going on.
Sylvia, how do you feel? How do you feel? Is it a slam dunk for the prosecution? Is it a slam dunk for the defense? Is there reasonable doubt? Do you have a position yet?
Yes, I have a position. That position is that it's not a slam dunk for the prosecution. I do believe that he may get something, and it would be more towards the prostitution side. I would say that part. But as far as anything else, the D-rug, no, nothing of that. Rico, no.
Now the defense, after this federal agent, the prosecution is going to rest, and the defense, you said you heard one thing, and there's been different reports. I heard they're going to present some witnesses on Tuesday and Wednesday. You heard they're not doing nothing. What do you?
Okay, what I originally heard was they had 5 witnesses. One surprise witness, and the rest was going to be for the other ones, for the two days. But this morning, I heard that basically there weren't going to be any witnesses, so I don't know how true that is, but we'll have to wait till the end of the day to find out. So right now, and they're not going to be more than a day worth of testimony if they have a witness.
Sylvia, do you think that the defense is taking that position because they feel as though that there is so much reasonable doubt that they don't have to really do, that they've destroyed every witness, that they don't have to do much?
I believe so, because normally a defense doesn't have to prove anything. All they're going to do is counteract some things that might be a problem for the case. So if they're not if you're putting a whole bunch of witnesses, that means you're afraid of something that's not, going in your favor. So far, there's been holes poked in a lot of the evidence that was submitted by the prosecution. Most of the evidence was people talking, people's testimony.
With lawsuits against Puff.
With lawsuits against them. And so
Immunity.
And so therefore, and then was these witnesses believable by the jury? That's the question. And there was a lot of holes poked. There's a lot of reasonable doubt placed on those witnesses.
Sylvia, you mentioned something before we got on camera about Rule 29. What is that?
Rule 29 is a rule where they to dismiss a case. Hold on, let me just read it what it says. Hold on a second, y'all.
And both sides talked about that this morning?
Yeah. Hold on a second. It's like an acquittal.
And both sides are going to argue, well, I guess the defense is going to argue for it.
Hold on a second. Rule 29. Federal Rule 29. Federal Rule 29 of Criminal Procedure governs motion for judgment of acquittal. This rule allows the defendant to request the court to dismiss the case if the prosecution's evidence is insufficient to support a conviction. It can be filed either after the prosecution's evidence in the present case or before. And it says also after a jury's verdict or is discharged.
And they talked about that this morning?
Yep. They talked about that this morning.
Who talked about it?
The defense.
I think they could get it, man, but that's just my personal feeling, though.
Yep. And usually that's done after a verdict is done, but not before. So if they're
Really?
doing it before, I don't know what's that all about.
Okay.
It might be not enough evidence for certain things.
Okay. All right, Sylvia, give them you got a YouTube channel, Instagram, all that, right?
Yes, my YouTube is Infamous Sylvia. It's in every single platform I have. Infamous Sylvia, and I do nothing but cases. I'm known for YSL, Young Thug's case. That's what I'm known for.
All those links are underneath this video, y'all. Support my girl, Sylvia. Sylvia, thank you.
Thank you.
Peace.